Hey, today's video will be all about your luck in life according to stars. So let us check what the stars say regarding overall health, financial fortune, social fortune, vocation, marriage or partnerships, happiness and sorrow. First, let me say this. You should check the following: your dominant planet or your dominant sign. There are numerous dominant planet or sign calculators online, so check those out. You would need to know your birth date and your birth time, as well as your birthplace. And depending on the calculator, you can choose if you want to use modern planets, which include Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, or traditional planets, which do not include those. Now let us begin with the video, and I shall start with health. The main indicators of health are the sun, the moon, and the ascendant, together with the planets in the first house or just above the ascendant. The 12 signs of the zodiac endow with vitality of different degrees, and when there are no planets near the rising sign, that will be of greater importance than otherwise. The signs can be classed something like this. Aries, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Sagittarius are strongly vital signs. Gemini, Virgo, Libra, and Aquarius are moderately vital, and Cancer, Capricorn, and Pisces are considered of weak vitality. Now, both the sun and the moon affect health, and this is equal for everyone. But the sun may be more important for men, whereas the moon may be of more importance for women. So, for example, if the sun is strong by sign and well aspected by Mars or by the benefics, which are Venus and Jupiter, if Mars is in essential dignity, which can be by sign or by degree, in some of the signs or in the degrees of his face or decan, and this will be a topic of some of the future videos, not today. So if all of that is strong in a male chart, it indicates strong vitality and a life blessed by good health. And if the moon is similarly placed in a female chart, the same effect is expected. On the other hand, if the luminaries are weak, in weak signs, in the 6th or 12th house, or afflicted by Saturn, Mars, Uranus, Neptune, and in some cases Pluto, the vitality may be weaker. However, what must be kept in mind is that these factors do not show determination or human will. They only show certain tendencies. A good indication for health is when a strong sign rises with Venus or Jupiter close to the ascendant and is well aspected. When it comes to Mars, it has been noticed that the presence of Mars on the ascendant strengthens the constitution when he's well aspected. And also Sun, Venus, Mercury, the Moon, and Jupiter do not afflict, except in some cases by square or opposition. But conjunctions and parallels, along with squares and oppositions from Saturn, Mars, Uranus, and Neptune, are considered damaging. Now, the afflictions from cardinal signs, which are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, indicate acute disorders, which usually run their course and leave no particular trace. Afflictions from the fixed signs, which are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, indicate organic or hereditary tendencies, which are difficult to conquer and may become chronic. Afflictions from the mutable signs, which are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, are able to be changed, meaning they may entirely overcome or run their course until they become chronic. It is also good to know which sign rules which part of the body, which I have mentioned in my previous videos. So just for example, if for instance Saturn is placed in Leo, it will indicate person is subject to heart trouble. And if it is in Pisces, it may indicate cold feet. Next, one's vocation, calling, occupation, financial fortune, and social standing is judged by looking at the whole chart. But, and there is always a but, the 2nd, the 6th, the 8th, and the 10th, and dare I say 11th house with their lords, which are the rulers of these houses in the chart, are some of the chief significators. So the 2nd house indicates what the person earns by his own efforts. When Venus, Jupiter, the Sun, the Moon, or Mars are well aspected and placed in this house, or if the ruler of the 2nd house is well placed and well aspected, one attracts wealth. And how much wealth? Well, that will be seen by their aspects and if they are dignified, exalted, or sometimes in mutual reception. And if malefics, including Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, are rising and afflict the Sun and Moon, it may be a sign of financial difficulties. Now, Jupiter in the second house makes one moderately generous, but Mars makes one a spendthrift. Thus, the money one makes goes the same way it came, usually quickly. Saturn, on the other hand, in the second house, or if Saturn is the ruler of this house, makes one thrifty and prone to savings. But it may be difficult for one to make a lot of money unless Saturn is in sign of his exaltation, Libra, or well aspected by Jupiter. Then the fortune may come through legacy, especially in the latter part of life. And if Uranus is in its second house and well aspected by Jupiter or by the Sun and the Moon, this is also a good indicator of financial fortune. As for the eighth house, planetary influences bring financial fortune through marriage, partnerships, or legacy. Thus, Jupiter in the eighth indicates fortune by marriage or partnership if well aspected by the Sun, Moon, Venus, or by the Lord of the seventh house. And if aspected by Saturn or Uranus, it shows legacy. If Mars is well aspected in this house, it shows partner or marriage partner with good earning capacity, but a spender. So wealth can be seen when benefics are placed in the second house, with easy and sometimes challenging aspects. Challenging aspects mainly indicate fortune through struggle and worries. Other indicators can be ruler of the fifth house trines ruler of the second house, with other good aspects. If the ruler of the fifth house is Uranus and makes positive aspects with Jupiter or Pluto, this may indicate fortune through other people's losses. Or Uranus, as the ruler of the fifth house, makes positive aspects with Mars or Neptune, this may indicate fortune without worries. Now, trines between benefics in second, fifth, eighth, or ninth houses also indicate wealth. If air signs are overly emphasized in a chart, this will indicate spenders. There is this very old order of signs and how they attract wealth, or who is most likely to be wealthy. And I will tell it to you, but please do not take it too seriously, as really the whole chart has to be taken into consideration. But just for the fun of it, here it is. So first one is Taurus, then goes Virgo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Leo, Aries, Capricorn, Scorpio, and the last one is Aquarius. When it comes to occupation, when the majority of planets are well aspected above the horizon, or when the Sun is in good aspect to the Moon, Mars or Jupiter, it may be generally easy for one to obtain a position or lucrative occupation. If the majority of the planets are below the horizon, weak, afflicted, and Sun forming a challenging aspect to the Moon, Mars, or Jupiter, it may be more difficult to find or get favorable work. To find adequate occupation in which one is most likely to succeed, considering the nature and the significance of the houses and signs which hold the majority of the planets, is important. Thus, if the majority of the planets are in the fiery signs like Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, this may indicate that some of the profitable occupations could be in engineering or becoming a surgeon, soldier, barber, to name a few. If the majority of the planets are found in the earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, this may indicate success in agriculture, becoming a contractor for building a house, working in restaurant, chemistry, also anything related to clothing, among others. If the majority of planets are in the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, this may indicate success in literary or artistic pursuits, occupations primarily involving brains or travel, like agents, messengers, architects, scientists, inventors, or lecturers. And if the majority of the planets is in the water signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, one should seek occupations in which liquids or fluids are prominent, like sailors, so working on the sea, shipbuilders or owners, marine engineers, or manufacturing liquid products, and so on. Now, the ruling planet also has an important role in choosing the occupation, and some of the occupations signified by different planets can be, for the Sun as the chart ruler, this indicates a leader. So one may be a head of a corporation, which can be small or large, or a governor, especially if placed in the 10th house, as this position indicates a government position or employment of executive capacity. If Moon is the chart ruler, this may indicate success as traveling salesman, positions connected with the transportation of the public, hotel keepers, nurses, sailors, and so on. Now, if Venus is the chart ruler, this indicates occupations of an artistic capacity, such as musician, actor, or theatrical agent, working with candy and confections, or working with clothes, like a hat maker, and many others. If Mercury is the ruler, this may indicate success in literature or as publishers, school teachers, or office workers. If Mars is a chart ruler, this signifies employment such as engineers, surgeons, smiths, founders, molders, and so on. If Saturn is the ruler, this may indicate success in gardening, in mines, building. It may show judges, politicians, detectives, secret agents, or night work. Now, if Jupiter is the chart ruler, this signifies success as lawyers or ambassadors, cabinet officers, bankers, physicians, or social workers. If Uranus is the chart ruler, he signifies success in occupations like aviators, psychology, divine or mental healing, electricians, and others. Now, Neptune as a chart ruler indicates occupations involving the occult, watery and psychic elements. Also those in which fraud and deception are growing or being uncontrolled, because genuine Neptunian is extremely rare. So employments such as clairvoyants, astrologers, mediums. But Neptune also produces some highly inspirational musicians. Now, Pluto as a chart ruler may bring success in employments dealing with forensics, other people's money, death, medicine, or the occult. I have to say that the chart ruler may also be the sign that is conjunct your ascendant. So keep that in mind. It does not have to be the sign of the ascendant. When it comes to marriage or relationships, there are some differences between men and women. So for example, an early marriage for a man is indicated if he's born on new moon, if the moon is placed in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th, 11th, or 12th house. If the moon and Venus are strong, placed in 5th or 7th house, well aspected, and with a number of planets in fruitful signs, which are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and sometimes Taurus. He is semi-fruitful. And a late marriage is shown if a man is born on the full moon, going from full to new, and placed in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 7th, 8th, or 9th house, when the moon or Venus are afflicted by Saturn, Mars, Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto, and if any of these planets are placed in the 5th or 7th house, and so on. For women, early marriage may be indicated by also being born on the new moon, moon going from new to full, and sun is placed in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th, 11th, or 12th house, when the sun and Venus are placed in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, well aspected, and placed in the 5th or 7th house, and Mars can also be seen here. And the late marriage can be seen if a woman is born on the full moon and sun placed in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 7th, 8th, or 9th house. If the sun and Venus are afflicted by Saturn, Mars, Uranus, or Neptune, sometimes Pluto, placed in the 5th or 7th house. Moon square or opposition to Jupiter or Venus, or if these planets are square, parallel, or opposition to Uranus, now this indicates delays. There are some indicators which may show denial of marriage or coming into one only by great effort. And some of those indicators are Saturn in Scorpio, or when Sun is parallel, conjunction, square, or opposition to Saturn. Sun or Venus being in the sign of Capricorn. Sun and Moon afflicting each other by square or opposition, or when the Moon is in the last degree of the sign, or when Moon makes its last major aspect before changing from one sign to the next, which is called the Moon void of course. And if at the same time, Moon does not make any aspect to other planets. This also may differ for men and women. As for second marriages or multiple marriages, some indicators can be if one or more malefics, Saturn, Mars, Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto are fine in the 7th house, and the Sun or Moon are in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or in double-bodied signs or bicorporeal signs, which are Virgo, Pisces, and especially regarding this matter, Gemini and Sagittarius. It is likely that there will be multiple marriages. And if the Sun or Moon are aspected to a number of planets placed in Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and if these signs are on the cusp of the 7th house, more marriages are likely to occur. When the ruler of the ascendant is placed in the 7th house, well aspected to other planets, and in a Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces, this indicates plurality of marriages. Now, as for overall happiness, happy disposition, peace of mind, or contentment, some of the indicators can be the Moon conjunct Venus or Mercury in the 3rd or 9th house, free from afflictions of the malefics, birth under the full moon. Neptune, by his positive aspects, tends to favorable spiritual and interior states. Jupiter on the ascendant near the cusp, Jupiter conjunction Venus. Venus is the ruler of the chart at birth. Venus in the 3rd or 9th house conjunct Moon or Mercury. Moon in Aquarius. Moon in good aspects with the rulers of the 1st, 9th, 10th, or the 11th house. Strong influence of Taurus, but this can sometimes be interpreted also as lethargic. Sun, Moon, Jupiter, and Venus above the horizon at birth and well aspected. Moon conjunct Jupiter. Moon well aspected in Taurus, Cancer, or Sagittarius. Mars in Capricorn. Venus in Taurus, Sagittarius, Aquarius, or Pisces, also trine or sextile Jupiter. There are other indicators, and one of those indicators are degrees. The degrees that increase fortune, as each sign has this. I was thinking about including this in this video, but then I changed my mind, as I would like for you to tell me if you would like to know more about these. Anyway, degrees and fixed stars deserve at least a couple of videos of their own. So the last topic for today will be sorrows and misfortunes and chart indicators of these. So, the moon increasing in light for a night birth, applying to Saturn. Saturn in the 10th or 4th house, making challenging aspects to the sun or the moon. Mars square or opposition the sun. Venus square or opposition the moon. Moon in challenging aspects to Uranus. Moon in Pisces, according to some authors. I do not want to talk about this much more, as this may make someone feel bad. And because I made this video mostly for entertainment only, astrology can help us to understand planetary influences and aspects at birth, so we can find balance if these are not well balanced. What we have to rule and overcome in this life. We may learn how to conquer the monsters of the zodiac and keep poise and stability at all times under the ever-changing planetary aspects and influences. So this will be it for today. Let me know if you like these types of videos, because I can do more of these and include many different topics. I have a lot of material. With that being said, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, press a like button, and share with me your thoughts. And I almost forgot. A quote. I have decided to end videos with a quote, and today's quote will be about happiness and sorrow, and it is by Henri Joseph Machiel-Nouwen. He was a priest, a professor, writer, and theologian. It is a spiritual quote, as his interests were rooted primarily in psychology, spirituality, and community. And I have written it down, so I will read it to you. Joy is hidden in sorrow, and sorrow in joy. If we try to avoid sorrow at all costs, we may never taste joy. And if we are suspicious of ecstasy, agony can never reach us either. Joy and sorrow are the parents of our spiritual growth. See you in a couple of days. Bye.